Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We need to get to the top of the mountain and stop Hades.
That's odd.
Yeah.
The river's never this full.
Yeah.
Guess now we know why the river's flooded.
Here we go. Yeah.
Get by me, Sora.
Blaze. See ya. Fire!
Here goes.
You will stop a true hero.
Take this! Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Too slow.
Stream. Yeah. 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 There. Yeah. Yeah. Take this. Yeah. There. Yeah. Yeah. It's over. Yeah.
Looks like we can climb that rock face now that the waterfall's gone.
Alright, thought I'd hop on the mic for a second. I'm sure you know I'm not a Kingdom Hearts master. Last Kingdom Hearts I played through fully was Kingdom Hearts 2 Vanilla, not even Final Mix. That came out pretty much around the time I graduated from high school, so it's been over 15 years at this point. I did try to play Birth by Sleep, but the combat in that game was just dreadful. I shelved that game pretty quickly. It got uninstalled pretty hard. I don't really have an opinion on this game yet. I know that it gets better once you beat the game and you get like new moves for Sora or whatever. A friend of mine sent me some money. He bought one of my my old pieces of electronics, so I went ahead and grabbed this today. The graphics options are actually quite advanced. You have a lot of things you can change here. I tried to go for 120 FPS locked. About the lowest it gets is maybe 90. Like when I summon that big boat thing, it goes down to like 93. But other than that, it's pretty solid. I have a lot of experience with Koei games and how they have certain things that just completely tank the frame rate. I didn't really do any research on that this time, but generally in Koei games I always turn off bloom and fog, and I always turn off motion blur and ambient occlusion as well. The game doesn't look any different as far as I know, and it's a pretty locked 120 FPS. The game is on Unreal Engine 4, so I'm sure mods will be coming very soon. I'm sure people are going to put CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas in here as Sora, probably by the end of the week. Gameplay mods might take a little bit longer. I know for the other ports of the older games, they're working on porting the randomizer and stuff, so if you're looking for mods, if you're not a complete frame rate junkie like I am, then you might want to wait a while. They do have them discounted right now for 20% off, so they're all about $48 instead of $60, which is still an obscene price to pay for the whole series when there's like 5 different packages of the games on there. But if you just want one right now, this seems to be the best port out of all of them. I haven't tried the other games yet. I really don't have a lot of nostalgia for them. I did beat the first one, and I beat the second one off a friend's copy, the vanilla version. I never played the American or the English released Final Mix versions, so we'll see how far I take this. I think it'll be a lot of fun with mods. Right now I'm just kind of playing it to play it. I was kind of looking for something to play because Pinnacle of Combat is shutting down in a couple days. So here are the graphics options again. I will go ahead and post my specs in the description. I have a pretty mid-range PC, so at least by today's standards, because it's like impossible to get anything better than what I have right now. The textures, shadows, LOD, character LOD, foliage, anti-aliasing, motion blur, ambient occlusion, capsule shadows, screen space reflections, clouds, fog, bloom, lens flare, and then depth of field. And I'm also on 1080p right now. I have not turned the resolution scale down. I put it on 120 FPS. You can also put it on uncapped as well. I'm not really sure how much of a better monitor you would need to do that. It's probably pretty hard to run this at like 144 FPS unless you have the new generation of hardware and stuff. But you can turn VSync off as well. I turned that off since I have a G-Sync monitor. That definitely made it look pretty smooth. When I tried to run it at a locked 60 FPS before I updated my drivers, the game looked pretty choppy on my monitor. I'm not sure if that's just something wrong with my setup or not, but overall it's a pretty solid port. The fact that it's on Unreal Engine 4 means that people should be able to make mods relatively easily, whether it'll be things like just, you know, putting CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Shrek in place of Sora, or, you know, gameplay tweaks and stuff. I know people are very conscious about this game and critical of it. I'm not really a big nostalgic Kingdom Hearts fan. I did play the first two. I haven't played anything else past that, so I pretty much skipped all the other stuff because I know the combat is not great and the story's a mess. I don't really care about that. But yeah, if you've got a mid-range computer, you should be able to tweak this and get above 60 FPS pretty easily. If you don't have a high frame rate monitor, locking in at 60 should not be hard at all. Thanks for watching.